Hello, viewers. This is Breeding Psychology X Plus. Today, we'll be talking about dealing with anger. Dealing with anger. Anger is a very destructive thing that has been bringing people down all over the world for one reason or the other. We discovered that anger is part of the daily life of human beings that can either make or mar a person. The reason why anger is very, very fundamental is because anger is part of our daily life in the sense that as human beings, we get angry. But uncontrollable anger can lead to the termination of destiny. A lot of people have destroyed their destiny because they could not control their anger. We have a lot of biblical examples of people that almost aborted their destinies because of anger. We discovered that Moses, when he was angry, he broke the Ten Commandments just because he was angry. Is it a sin to be angry? Not exactly. Being angry is part of humanity. In fact, the hormones in us, pushes us to get angry at some point in order if they become excited. Anger can be defined as the psychological rise in emotion as a result of environmental, provocation. Anger leads to rise in emotion in the sense that when the emotions in a man, become stimulated for one reason or the other, it leads to anger. And this stimulation of these hormones may be as a result of intrinsic factors or extrinsic factors. It can be internal or external. For instance, when a person is hungry, the hormones in the person will naturally be agitated. And when that person is being touched, maybe illegally, it can trigger anger. Also, there are certain frustrations in life, repeated failures in life, can lead to anger because the hormones will be triggered. We also discovered that environmental factors, the way people relate to other people in the environment, may cause them to be angry. We discovered that if somebody is not accepted in the society, it can lead to anger. At the place of work, if you are being discriminated against, it can lead to anger. We have social vices like racism, ethnicity, ethnocentrism. They can all lead to anger because they can provoke. That's why we have things like xenophobia and stuff like that, leading to outrage amongst people. So these are external factors. Then we also have internal factors that can lead to anger. For instance, unfulfilled dreams can lead to anger. When you look at yourself and all your colleagues are doing fine in their career, but you are not doing fine, the intrinsic factors, that's low self-esteem can lead to anger towards those that are doing very well. So, and we discovered that anger can be unprovoked and it can be provoked. Unprovoked in the sense that if the anger that is coming out is intrinsic, it's not provoked, it's coming from you. But the external or the extrinsic type of anger means that there must be somebody that triggered that anger in you. So we call it extrinsic anger or provoked anger. Now, what is the implication of anger? Why am I talking about anger this afternoon? You see, being angry is a healthy thing for a human being because once you get angry, you let out emotion. But the problem that we have is that when the anger becomes uncontrolled, it can lead to other damages. For instance, uncontrolled anger can lead to resentment. Secondly, uncontrolled anger can lead to what we call health-related issues. There are some people that have high rise in their blood pressure because they are very angry. And when the blood pressure begins to rise and you refuse to bring it down, it can lead to death and destruction and other diseases. So, and we discovered that even anger, the implication of anger is that it can lead to anxiety, depression, it can lead to massive destruction and terror in the society. There are some people that call themselves suicide bombers. When you ask them very well, they will tell you that they have been provoked and they are angry men. And when these people are angry, they are very dangerous. The society will be very, very unconducive for humanity if people don't manage and control their anger. And I want you to understand that as human beings, we are going to be provoked. But the way you master your provocation, determines how you live above anger. Anger can be channeled positively and it can be channeled negatively. When you channel your anger towards achieving growth and progress in life, then you can say that you are effectively managing the anger. But uncontrolled anger can lead to massive destruction and termination of death, even termination of the life of the person involved. Now, how do we manage anger? There are many psychologists that have looked into this fact. Some people say that you can manage anger by running away from the scene of the anger. Some say that you can manage anger, by kicking, something else. Some say that you can manage anger by sleeping. There are many theories to anger management, but based on research, I can tell us authoritatively there are certain techniques that has been proven to be successful in managing anger. One of it is what we call the oath of silence. The oath of silence. Anytime a person remains silent at the face of provocation, you are likely to diminish the anger of the provoking person. When a person keeps quiet, a soft answer in Proverbs says, the Bible says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words brings about anger, more anger. So when you keep quiet in the midst of provocation, that anger cannot rise further than it has got to. And before you know it, the anger will dissipate. So oath of silence is one of the major ways of addressing anger. Secondly, the music therapy. Music therapy. Anytime you are being provoked and you are so angry, you can get a very cool music that appeals to your soul and begin to listen to it privately. And in the next 10 minutes, before you know it, the anger will definitely dissipate. The music therapy. There was a story in the scriptures, it was a story of Saul that was tormented by an evil spirit. Anytime this guy is tormented by the evil spirit, he begins to throw javelin at people misbehaving. But anytime David, according to the scripture, played that music, the anger dissipates. It gets better. So music therapy has been proven to be a very good solution, antidote to anger. Then we also talked about avoidance of triggers. Avoidance avoidance of triggers. There are some people, they call them the agent of provocation. As long as you are always around certain group of people, you will always become angry. For instance, if you are around the people that make you feel bad every time, they look down on you, they talk down on you, and you are in their midst, you will always stay angry. Leaving their environment and changing their environment and going to an environment where you are appreciated, loved, and respected will make sure that the anger dissipates. Also, we'll talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. This is the ability to read other people's emotions and to relate with them, in a very acceptable manner. Emotional intelligence has to do with understanding other people's emotion and using the best ways in their emotion to relate with them. For instance, when you look at somebody that the person is a loudspeaker, the person is a boaster. Once you read that type of person, you read people like that, and you understand their emotions to guide you in relating with them. And once you avoid them, you are not likely to get angry. Emotional intelligence. Also, when you look at certain people, you know what they are likely to say. It will guide you in the way you relate with them. For instance, if you know that somebody will provoke you, and the person eventually provoke and you begin to laugh, that's what we call emotional intelligence. Also, we talk about cognitive reorientation. To manage anger, there are ways that we reason that may lead to anger. For instance, some of us, because of the social learning from the environment where we grow up, we have been told that as a man, if somebody does certain things to you, you must react. That anger was as a result of cognitive orientation. So, in order to live above that type of anger, you must reorientate yourself by listening to messages that dissuades you from believing that line of thought. Once you change your line of thinking, the anger will naturally dissipate. This is Breeding Psychology Explores. I hope I've passed the message across to our viewers today. Please join us again in our next episode. This is Dr. Popola on the line. Have a great day. Thank you very much.